All praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Yakadash, Babylon to the elders and apostles of prayer and stone. Shalom to the elect which in this word in truth and in sincerity, without not receiving mercy of Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahushai is the name of his only begotten Son. The so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites according to the prophecies that are written in the scriptures. So, I love the technical difficulty that's required. So, just a continuation on the video that I just did, going back to Russia's Russia gonna be a guard unto these nations. So starting back from Ezekiel 30 verse 1, it says, "And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog and the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. And the land of Magog is where Russia dwell right now. And say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back." And that means put back that warrior spirit within him, that Soviet spirit, that USSR spirit, and put hooks into thy jaws, and will bring thee forth and all thine armies, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sort of armor, even a great company with buckler and shield, and all of them handling sword. And that's why in Joel 3, the Lord said, for beating the plowshare into swords, and in the pruning hook into spears. Because what Yahweh Shemiah tries to do is preparing war. You must wake up the mighty men. You must make all of the men of war draw near. Because these are the times that we're in. So these are the nations that are going to be allied with Russia in the times to come. It's a Persia, Ethiopia, Libya, with them, all of them with shield and helmet, Gomar, and all the bands of the house of Tagarma of the north quarter, and all his bands, and many people with thee. And I have an ancient map I just want to show you, so you get an understanding who, when the scripture make mention of Tagorma and those things, who they really speaking on. So look up where you see Turkey right now. You see Turkey, you see Gomer. This is that land, you know. That's why we with Turkey, I speak out against who? Israel. Then you look to the right of Turkey, you see Tagorma, which it'll be ancient Assyria, you know. You look up, you see Magog, because you have maps you can look on, you. So in this region, you can see who you see in these regions, we hear them landmass I get called out. And these are what Yahweh Shemiah I prepare you. It's a Libya. You have to go down and look more to see Ethiopia. So going back to the script. So it's a read back again, it's verse 6, it says, Gomar and all his bands, the house of Tagorma of the north quarter, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So Russia is going to be a guard unto these nations, yo. And this is one of the reasons why the weak are going to say them strong, because they have Russia and China as their allies. So we see I take place now over there in the Middle East is the gathering of these nations, yo. So going back to this clip.
all spelled out. You cannot say you haven't been forewarned. Oil went up 5% today. That's a big move, folks. 5%. In fact, in the last week or so, I think it's went up like 10%. Mind you, it was at its lows, so it was destined to go back up. In light of all this, the plunge protection could no longer keep plunging. It's just the thing is overflowing at this point. The Israeli strike did not target the runways and towers at the base. However, it did hit a warehouse inside the base. So again, we are going to see now a growing tension between the Russians and the Israelis as Russia is forced to take a side. This is why they're calling their people home. They're saying, it's time to take a side. Which side are you going to be on?
Where the scripture say, be thou a guard unto them, yo. You list all the name, and Persia is the first name get called, yo, and Persia is what you refer to now as Iran.
West or the East? And right now, Iran is being used by Russia, I think, because the Russians benefit from a war with Iran for multiple reasons. For starters, it takes the attention off of them. It also is going to increase the price of oil, which is going to increase Russia's oil revenues, because one of the primary targets, not the first target, but one of the primary targets is going to be Iran's oil infrastructure. And every greedy person in the region is going to benefit from that. And just remember what the highly venerated Zhirinovsky predicted back in 2019. I encourage you to go watch the Russian pundit Zhirinovsky's prediction of Iran after this video, because we got a lot of stuff, important stuff to talk about. He made a prediction that in 2024, the horrors that would unfold in Iran will overshadow that which has currently taking place in Ukraine. I don't know if I agree about that last part, but he was bang on in his predictions about everything else, including the beginning of the Russian conflict, down to the day, in fact. And he predicts that there will be no elections, well, that there were no elections for the Ukrainians in 2024, which there wasn't because Zelensky declared martial law, and that also the focus will now shift to Iran, and that there is going to be millions of refugees flooding into Europe. So for all of those people cheering for this Israeli experiment, okay, which is creating chaos throughout the region, Israel is a proxy of the United States. Okay, they're a vassal of the United States. They're a state. They're not even a proxy. They're just simply a state. Okay, and because Israel or the United States provides all of the military support, all of the technology. Yes, you know, many Israelis, in fact, are co-creators of that technology. But in terms of the sheer volume, a country of 9 million could never bring this amount of equipment to bear themselves. And this is why, for the last year, there have been boatloads, plane loads, every single day of weaponry. All the weaponry they're using now, it all came from the Uncle Sam. So we are in there intervening in the Middle East, kicking a hornet's nest. No offense to people in the Middle East. I'm not saying you're hornets. I'm just saying that, you know, it's a very sensitive region, sectarian region, that it's a very tribalistic region as well. So it's not hard to go and, you know, create chaos. And that's what we're doing. And so we're going to get millions of immigrants. So don't complain, Europe, when millions of immigrants flood in again. All right? Now.
My old. Hey man, brothers, there are a lot of video on ideological subversion, man, because right now it's the destabilization of regions around the world to push in their new world order agenda when it comes on to these immigrant crises, yo. You know, but that's just for another video, just putting it out there.
This is how it's going to go down. First, they're going to try and take out their air defense because, of course, it's presumed that the Russians have bestowed upon the Iranians some technology that's going to help them out in this fight. Okay, maybe it's missile defense, maybe it's offensive capabilities, maybe it's certain radars, electronic warfare.
So, as you can see, the words that were foretold are taking shape, yo. These words are literally leaping off the pages as it's written in Habakkuk. Say, at the end, The visions shall speak and not lie. Although it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And we are seeing these things, yo, and giving glory unto Yahweh Bashim Yoshai. When you read 2 Ezra 16 verse 18, you read, the beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, because this is what's coming. The beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. And why the powers are standing in fear? Due to the nuclear capability that these countries possess, yo. Their enemies possess. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? And that's a good question, yo. What are you going to do? And I'm talking to you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans who believe that these events now affect you. So let me make the Lord declare his judgment upon the earth. This is Isaiah 34 verse 1. You read, come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations. And that's the Lord's righteous anger, yo. And his fury upon all their armies. He had utterly destroyed them. He had delivered them to the slaughter. And that's what Yahweh Shemeshah is doing now. Delivering you to that great slaughter, which the Lord referred to it as what? Armageddon, yeah. And that's why we're not supposed to be in any carnal mindset right now, yo. Because that's not the weapon of our warfare. It's not carnal. It's spiritual, yo. Pulling down strongholds, yo. And that's one of the reasons why them have to get us off these social media platforms. They have to get us off of the highways and byways, yo. And those set times when all these prophecies start come to pass, that will come to the recollection of many people that the prophets were out there, yo. They were warning of these things. Just as old Noah was warning the people of the flood. And best know they mock and they laugh and they scoff. And we have went through that same ridicule by our people, yo. Seeing us out there week in, week out. Start go camp midweek now, 2 times a week. And as the scripture said, just as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So a lot of people are going to get caught suddenly, unaware, knowing not what to do in those troubled times, yo. What is scripture saying in 2 Timothy 3 verse 1? This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. Alright, this is Zephaniah 3 verse 8. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So this is what's coming here. This is what Yahweh Bashim shall prepared. That's why in Joel, the first precept that I read before I had that technical difficulty is, proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all, and now I'm going to close it with that same scripture. That scripture start the video, and I'm going to close it with it. This is Joel 3 verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. And this is what's being prepared around the world. So with that, I want to say Kalalal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Hawashai, Ba'ashem Kodash, Shalom.